this tutorial, I'll show you how to use Tileset in Unreal Engine. So what I have is I have a folder with tile sets, and I've got those tile sets from a website that I'm going to link in the description. Those tiles were free, but obviously the creators deserve link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. Go to tile set, and I'm going to click and drag the tile set that I'm going to use. Now what you have to do is you have to right click it, apply pivot 2D setting, so this area that was not see-through now is transparent. Now you right click again, sprite actions, create tile set. So what it's done is it created, instead of a texture, it's a tile set now. You can double click to open your tile set. And I would like you to be careful because the editor is a bit unstable and it's prone to crashes. So the default size of your tile set is 32 by 32. So once you start clicking around, you notice now that 32 by 32 is way too big. So in the tile size you can change it. They're normally squares, so I'm gonna see 15 by 15 is right. Feels like it might be a bit bigger. 16 by 16 seems alright. So once you define the tile size, so when you make your tiles, you should kind of be aware how many, like the size of one tile. And if you download them online, the creators often write down the tile size that you should use when putting them through Unreal. You may have to experiment with the tile size, just like I have. And the main purpose of this editor is to set the collision setting for the tiles. So what that means is that you're setting the floor, kind of, where your character, where everything is going to kind of sit on, if you will, or walk through. So you want to select the area that your character is going to walk on, and you're going to press add box. So what you're going to do is you're going to click add box. So what that does is creates that info that this is going to be something your character is going to stand on. So it's adding the collision information. So now, because like you may have added collision to these before and like you may forget. So if you click on colliding tiles, it will highlight the ones you have added collision to. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add boxes here. So what that essentially means is that if you place these, your character is going to look like it's walking on them, if that makes sense. There is going to be like that space for them to walk on that. Whereas on the other ones, the character would not jump. Like think to those Mario games where you know you cannot jump on a background because like there is things that look like you can jump on, like platforms and stuff. I know this doesn't sound very convincing, but trust the process. If you have tiles that aren't a square, you can use this add polygon option. So what it does, if you look at this background, at this single tile editor, now I don't have any like corner ones, but you may have, because you might have a vision. You can add the vertices to make a shape that you want, and then you can press enter. But with this version, you have to work from the right hand side. So I'm going to do like a really basic shape just to show you how it works. So you just add little vertices for it to work with. So that might have not been the best example. I'm going to do Control Z. So this, and now that is going to work as a triangle. So if the player walks on it, it's, you know, like a slope. But I don't need a triangle, so I just press escape. But you would press enter if you wanted that. So what I like to do is I like to grab the tile settings and put it right next to my level, just so it makes work a bit easier. So now we've got Tileset with defined collision. You want to go back to your content drawer, you want to right click the tileset, and you want to create a tile map. It should be the first option on the top. And now I'm going to call it TM, so I know it's tile map underscore, and when it's done, it's created a tile map. So to open it again, you double click it, and it opens a window like this. And the main purpose of this editor is to use the tile set that you just put some collision onto. You're basically drawing your level now. In details, the top option, tile map, is all the layers you have created for this level, let's say, using those tile maps. You can have multiple, so you can add a new layer, you can shuffle the order of them, so you can have background, you can have midground, you can have foreground even, and you can reorganize it. In selected layer, you have things you can edit. We don't need that yet, or at the minute at least. In setup, the settings you would like to pay attention to is map width, map height, tile width, tile height. So make sure the tile settings are the same ones as in the previous editor that you've defined. So in my case, it's 16 by 16. Your map width is how big you'll like the map of your level is going to be. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I think I'm just going to do something that can be easily seen. 10 by 10, nah. Let's make it look like an actual level. I don't like uneven numbers. 22. 22 by 10, it looks okay. So what you do now, on the left hand side, you've got paint, erase and fill option. So if you click on any of those tiles, you press fill, you click, it just fills it with that. Eraser, you guessed it, it erases. I just press Ctrl Z, but now I have to go through all of them. So yeah, so I just deleted the tile map. In Paint, you can paint everything that you have selected. So because this is the bottom of the level, I'm just repeating the same frames. Now it looks like there's some grass. you can create anything as long as it looks like it belongs there. So this is not going to be the best like example of a nice looking tile set. I didn't make it. I'm working with what I've got. Right, so I've got this now. I think it's beautiful. So now, please make sure you save. You know you've not saved if it's got little asterisks everywhere. So now we're going to have a little ponder and a look upon our level. Not level, our tile map that we've created. So in File, New Level, I just want an empty level. I don't want a single thing in it. And I'm going to create. So like I just said, I have nothing. So I'm going to click and drag that tile map into the scene. And now I can look at what I have just created. I have a feeling I'm facing the wrong way. But that doesn't matter, we can fix that. So you should be able to see collision. If you don't see collision, that's because it's not enabled. So we click on show and collision. In those tiles where you created collision, you should have those little orange boxes, and on those, this is where you can like click and drag your character, and that's where they're going to look like they're standing, essentially.